Adult Insights is brought to you by Yapo Dollars, the video-on-demand program optimized to earn you more. Are ethics important in online adult entertainment? Here are some opinions.
It's important to have ethics in any business, I think. People who've been around this industry for a while will tell you if you screw somebody, you're not going to be trustworthy. People aren't going to do business with you. Now, on the other hand, the other side of that coin, this is a very forgiving industry as well. So you can mess up and maybe eventually work your way back in, but that's not how you want to do business. That's not how you're going to be successful.
My ethics is like, well, eventually if you do it the right way, you'll have a longer term relationship and you'll probably profit far more from it. The quick and fast way, I just never found it to be the best way. For me, I could never do anything and make money fast. It's always been plans down the road, that kind of deal. So that's the way I look at it. Ethically, I don't know. I'm neutral on that.
What's that expression about, the low road sometimes is, or versus the high road isn't, whatever. But the bottom line is success, sometimes people have to take the low road. If you're thinking in terms of Black Hat, it's obvious that a lot of companies have been successful taking that route. You can't argue that. But it comes down at the end of the day, if you want to put your reputation and ethics on the line for success. And some people have no problem with that, and it's just a matter of how you deal with it and how much it affects you. And from my observation, I see that doesn't seem to have a very big negative effect. If we're talking about publicity, any publicity is good publicity. Well, you can see, and the examples are numerous of where even bad publicity has helped companies.
Ethics was my focus in my bachelor's in philosophy, and ethics is something that's lacking in adult in business and in the world globally. People just have no problem taking money and screwing people over. It's just ridiculous, and I think if we were to all hold ourselves to a higher ethical plane, we'd all make more money. And consumers, I even say this about my own program, and people comment that I'm leaving money on the table, like I won't do consults on my tours and things like that. And I'm not bad-mouthing people that do, but I regularly go to pay sites that have a trail of 8, 9, 10 pop-ups. They've changed the favorites, they changed the homepage, and it's like, why would a customer ever want to come to your site again? I personally wouldn't, and I guess to sum that up, when I first got into business, I was looking at what niche I wanted to deal with. This is kind of ironic because we were originally going to go into Solo Girls, which was my first choice. But a couple program owners said, if you were a surfer and you were going to go online, you're horny, you want to jerk it, what would you look for? What would you want? Now build a site around that concept. Because if you wouldn't buy your own site, then you can't sell it. And a lot of people don't think that way.
We try to be as ethic as possible, keep good ethics. I think it's good to be aware of the other side and the bad ethics, and even if you don't employ them, you see what you can do to take advantage of the other things people are doing and make it work for you in a good way.
It's very important. For me as an affiliate program, I can't risk doing a Black Hat to get banned on Google. If you keep at it honestly and keep making your pages and you have something to offer, I think eventually you'll get picked up on the search engines because they're really starting out, the Black Hatters.
To me, it's a big deal because someone asked me when it comes to design, if someone comes to you and they're going to fail, do you still take them on? Which is a very big deal because they're going to spend money and they're going to fail. You're guaranteed. I've been in this business long, I could tell right away yes or no. And I say yes. What I generally do is I'll give them a cheaper price because I'd rather them come to me, spend a few bucks and fail than go to a bigger company, spend a chunk of their life savings and fail. I think, and when it comes to that, I think it's important to be true to yourself and just what goes around comes around. It'll bite you in the ass.
There's always the little gray area. I think we all have kind of fallen into at one point or another, but yes, because we have to kind of govern ourselves. We allow people to work in our industry that have very little or no ethics, and we're just shooting ourselves in the foot.
I think it matters. I wish there people that were doing all that stuff would stop. Obviously, it's bad for the industry,
people who do shady stuff. It's not, you know, it's a reflection on everybody. So this, you should look at adult just like any other business. You know, treat your customers fairly, do right by them, you know, do all the things that you would normally do in business.